Hello and welcome once again to Playing Favorites on KUNV Las Vegas, the weekly program where prominent people from the community and fun visitors to Las Vegas, and in some cases it's both combined in one. We come down and chit-chat, and, well, it's different than other radio shows which interview people and you get to know them, and that's great, but our guests are bringing the music that they like to listen to that in many ways tells their life story in addition to the words coming out of their mouth. Our guest today, you gotta love it when the guest has a one-word name. It's not Oprah. She was unavailable today. We have Maritess. Good morning, Maritess.
Good morning, Nate.
Welcome back to Las Vegas.
Thank you. So great to finally meet you.
Oh.
In person.
Yeah, well.
I listened to your...
It's anticlimactic, but you know.
No, I listened to your show for the last, 25 years, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Talk to my agent. So you lived here, but you no longer live here.
Right. I moved away to New York, then Seattle, where I live now, yeah.
Because they're pretty much right next to one another.
If you fold the map, perhaps, yeah.
Well, if I looked at your website, maritess.com, I would see something about a mind reader and a hypnotist.
Right. Yeah, I'm a comedy hypnotist. I perform at casinos, private events, colleges, high schools if the money's right. You know what I'm saying? So
a gig's a gig.
A gig's a gig, baby.
And so that website, again, is maritess.com.
That's right. Spell that correctly, MARITESS.com.
And did you get your training here for all of that, or was it just you that had been there the whole time and it blossomed out of somewhere?
No, actually, what I did was I'm a former Las Vegas magician and mentalist, and mentalism is very close to hypnosis. And then I finally found some hypnosis training out here in Vegas, and here we are.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
pretty funny so far.
Hilarious, as if I was trying.
No, exactly. We're just talking you and me. You're not putting on a show here. This is us getting to know you.
Absolutely.
And we have a whole hour to do that.
Cool.
But we should probably start with some of your favorite music. What's your first track for us today, Maritess?
Yeah, so I wanted to open up the show with what opens up my hypnosis show, which is Rock Study by Aretha Franklin. And this speaks to me, especially because I was born and raised in Chicago, and Aretha's from the Midwest. So we both have that kind of, I don't know, I love that Midwest sound. It's really funky.
Maritess is our guest. We're playing favorites on KUNV.
Move your hips to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. The nights would seem so long. With you I see forever oh so clearly. I might have been in love before, but I never felt this strong. Our dreams are young and we both know they'll take us where we want to go. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. The one may change my whole life, you, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. If the road ahead is not so easy, our love will lead a way for us, like the guiding star. I'll be there for you if you should need me. You don't have to change a thing. I love you just the way you are. So come with me and share the view. I'll help you see forever too. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. The one may change my whole life too, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. The one may change my whole life too, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You wanna know by now how much I love you. One thing you can.
Well, Maritess, we started with your show opener, but then we segued into a tune that you were swaying to as we played it on the radio. Tell our listeners what that was and why you chose it.
Alas, it was the teenage classic, Nothing's Going to Change My Love for You by Glenn Medeiros. So I listened to that when I was in high school. I had no idea who sang it, but
Didn't matter.
didn't matter. It was all about the hormones. Yeah. good
And that's all
times.
that was for you? This is just bringing back the old growing up memories?
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
That's all right. That's why we're here. This is therapy for you, Maritess.
No, I have a play about my life, which is about how I became a Las Vegas magician in a male-dominated field.
Really?
Yeah.
Has
And
that
actually,
been produced?
yeah, it's actually been produced in festivals all over the country.
What's it called?
It's called Misdirection.
Seriously?
No, seriously, yeah, it's been at the French Festival.
Well, dude,
in New
that's
York.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. And I wrote a memoir, same title. But
You're not old enough.
That's right. Well, my ex-boyfriend, he said, you should write a memoir. I said, I'll wait till I'm 90. And he said, you're not going to look that good when you're 90. So, yeah, I wrote a memoir. It's being shopped around right now. But to make it more exciting, that memoir is about how I escaped a abusive childhood by fleeing into the male-dominated world of Las Vegas magic. Much more interesting.
And you survived that as well.
Survived that, yeah.
And so now you're doing your own thing.
I am. I'm doing comedy hypnosis, and I'm still a magician. I'm going to work at the Magic Castle next year.
Hey, now.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You should be.
Yeah, my new close-up act. So I was trying to focus on only doing comedy hypnosis, but darn it, I love magic so much. So
Is there a way to combine the two?
I don't really want to. And after you see me make people, do incredible things using hypnosis, you don't want to see a card trick. But in that same breath, if you saw me doing magic in its own venue, that's a beautiful thing separately.
Well, close-up you can't get more amazing than a good close-up magician.
That's if you get a great close-up magician, yeah.
Yeah, it's astounding. It blows your mind.
It does. It does. Yeah, when you meet a master, it is incredible.
And you had training on the job, or you were hanging out with these male magicians in Las Vegas and learned about all of that?
Yeah, I started learning close-up, taking private lessons in Chicago, and then I moved to Las Vegas to become a magician. I actually broke up with my first love, and then I decided to do something crazy. And then I did not get the editorship at my college newspaper.
Uh-oh.
And I thought, well, I'm just going to move to Vegas.
Screw this, I'm leaving.
I'm going to become a blackjack dealer, and I'm going to learn magic. My parents were like, wait, what?
And so you did.
Well, I told them I was going to go to UNLV. So it was okay.
Right, they've heard of that.
Yeah. I'm sure they're thinking, like, what are you going to major in, like
basketball,
strip club management?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's a real job.
And this is a real town, as you discovered, in its own twisted way.
It is. It is. If I talked about that, it would be the entire show.
Okay, well, that's next time you come back to town, because we're glad that you are visiting. And later on in our show, if we can get you to tell why you're here, we'll do that a little bit later. So that'll be a teaser for our listener.
Great.
In the meantime, what's next up in your life story via music?
This next one is, it's called If You're Not Back in Love by Monday by Millie Jackson.
Now, see, this one, we need to advise the listener to get a hanky. This one's going to get you.
Because it's very real, yo. Very real.
So sit back, get a beverage, get a tissue. We're playing favorites on the KUNV.
You can call Mrs. Johnson to keep the kids for a day or two. Take the early flight to Florida, just the way you used to do. Have room service, bring your breakfast. Make love all through the day. If you're not back in love by Monday, then you go your separate way. If you're not back in love by Monday, you can't say you didn't try. But before you bury your love, just make sure you let it die. Sleep and feel no nights together. Say the things that you used to say. And if you're not back in love by Monday, you just go your separate way. funky sounding name. Get the corner by the window. Tell him you love him once again. If the disco DJ's still there, go on, dance till the break of day. If you're not back in love by Monday, then you go your separate way. If you're not back in love by Monday, you can't say you didn't try. But before you bury your love, just make sure you let it die. Oh, oh, go on, sleep a few more nights together. Say the things that you used to say. If you're not back in love by Monday, then you go your separate way. Then you go your separate way.
Are you sure your prayers haven't been answered now? Think, sister, think. Are you sure your prayers haven't been answered now? Think, brother, think. Now don't you dare say the good Lord didn't stop to hear you. He hears and sees everything you do. Now stop right now and take the inventory. You come up with a different story, because it sees every move you make, every waggle of your head, every wink of your eye. It's his laugh you're laughing, and his tears you cry. You may not know how to pray, but he loves you when you try. So raise your voices high, and the Lord will hear you, hear you. Oh, he sees every move you make, every waggle of your head, every wink of your eye. It's his laugh you're laughing, his tears you cry. You may not know how to pray, but he loves you when you try. So raise your voices high, and the Lord will hear you, hear you. Are you sure you haven't been answered? Now think, you better think. Are you sure, real sure you haven't been answered? Now think, brother, think. Don't you dare say the good Lord didn't stop to hear you. He hears and sees everything you do. Now stop right now and take inventory. You come up with a different story, because he sees every move you make, every waggle of your head, every wink of your eye. It's his laugh you're laughing, and those are his tears you cry. You may not know how to pray, but he loves you when you try. So raise your voices high, and the Lord will hear you, hear you. Oh, raise your voices high, and the Lord will hear you, hear you. Oh, raise your voices high, and the Lord will hear you.
It's a good thing this show airs on Fridays, because I still have a couple of days to get back in love. I got till Monday, according to Millie, right?
Indeed you do, Nate.
But we segued into, so obviously Aretha Franklin is a huge part of your life, because we started with her and we got a second Aretha Franklin. Can we call her a role model for you?
Absolutely.
Even though you're not a singer, just what she exudes.
Right, but also as an artist, She's unapologetic.
We're told by the judges on the show that Aretha Franklin is 74.
Great. Yeah, 74.
You go, girl.
74.
Yeah, and still getting it done.
And still getting it done,
And
Nate Tannenbaum.
the track
Yes.
was what?
It's called Are You Sure?
Are you sure? Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Maritess,
Well, okay.
if I insist.
Okay.
Let's see. So is it called comedy hypnosis? Is that a category?
Yes, it is.
Now, see, here we are dryly discussing this thing that when someone attends a show, hopefully they're falling out of their chairs in astonishment, in amazement. Their belly is hurting from too much laughter. Mm-hmm. And we're discussing it dryly, but that is what you do. You
That's
want
right.
people guffawing. You want to amaze them. And apparently you make them do things that they would normally never, ever do.
That's right. And they love it.
Because their spouses make suggestions, or you just get, how does all of that work? And what is the strangest thing that you've had somebody do on a stage?
Well, everybody has the desire to let go.
Huh?
That's right, Nate. You heard me.
Even me?
Yep.
Okay. I have that. So you tap into that desire. It's usually deeply layered.
Right.
Because of our personas that we carry with us all day, every day.
Yeah, it's the
And
art
you
of
take a
suggestion.
hammer and a chisel and you break that down.
No need for the hammer and chisel, Nate.
Oh, just words.
Just, it's suggestion.
Huh?
That's right. Playing into my hands, Nate Tannenbaum.
Okay. So you perform in front of groups that are usually pretty large, or sometimes a couple of hundred or thousands, and you get 10 people up on a stage, or 2 people?
I can perform for thousands of people or just a few people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is it just one person up at a time? Because I think I've seen some of these comedy hypnosis guys where they have like a whole row of people up on the stage, and they're just doing something with this one, something with that one. Are you a one at
That's
a time
about
guy?
right, yeah. But I like making one person at a time be the star. So, someone will, dance and sing like Britney Spears. Let them do it. Or my favorite thing I do is when they look at an invisible lottery ticket and then they've won $50 million or something. And they're so amazed. And then
Maritess is making the face of a person who's looking at a lottery ticket.
Yes, thank you, Nate. And then at the end of it, so then I get their reaction like, oh my God, I'm going to buy horses. And then I reverse it and I say, there's been a mistake.
Uh-oh.
You have not won the lottery. You actually owe the taxes on $50 million. And they start crying. It's hilarious. But not really crying. Just,
Right.
It's fun. It's fun
Right.
stuff. It's entertainment.
And this is stuff that folks would never imagine themselves doing.
Right.
You bring that out.
It's the power of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So the same hypnosis that you've heard about that has changed thousands of people's lives around the world, like quitting smoking, losing weight, improving their performance in the arts or in their personal life. Same thing. Same hypnosis as one hypnosis.
And people can choose to disbelieve that those things can happen.
Well, what's great about going to a live hypnosis show is that it's your friend up there, and your friend cannot dance worth anything, and suddenly she's dancing like ballet very well. So it's just all your inhibitions leave you. You just let go.
And how do you learn how to do that? How does can anyone do hypnosis, or only certain people can learn how to do that?
It's just the power of suggestion.
But you have to learn how to use that.
Well, you're giving me suggestions as we speak. So everybody is influencing each other right now.
Dang.
Right, yeah.
Heck far.
Right. So hypnosis is the power that influences us all, right? The way we speak, behave, respond, react.
All right.
Right, so let's put it this way. Everyone is suggestible. If you weren't suggestible, you couldn't learn. Right?
Well, I've learned something from my producer, Ginger.
Got to wrap it up.
We got to move on to the next piece
Let's
of
do it.
music. Yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
Right. It's,
Uh-oh. She's getting all emotional on us.
I know, this
This has been a roller coaster ride with you.
It is. It's real, yo. Very real.
Where are we going?
This is Why Can't He Be You by Patsy Cline.
Oh, well, see, now you were talking before we started our show today that this is part of your Chicago influence.
Yeah. So in Chicago, when I was young, I hung out in a lot of dive bars that played a lot of Patsy Cline. So I've
Well, let's do it.
it's great. Thank you.
Maritess,
Yes.
our guest. We're playing favorites on KUNV.
He takes me to the places you and I used to go. He tells me over and over that he loves me so. He gives me love that I never got from you. He loves me too. His love is true. Why can't he be you? He never fails to call and tell me I'm on his mind, and I'm lucky to have such a guy. I hear it all the time, and he does all the things that you would never do. He loves me too. His love is true. Why can't he be you? He's not the one who dominates my mind and soul, and I should love him so, 'cause he loves me, I know, but his kisses leave me cold. He sends me flowers, calls on the hour, just to prove his love. And my friends say when he's around, I'm all he speaks of. And he does all the things that you would never do. He loves me too. His love is true. Why can't he be you?
Maritess is our guest. So we start with Patsy Cline in that little 2-track segment, and we took a sharp left turn into classical cello.
Right, yeah.
How did that work? You like the yo-yo ma.
Yeah, so I wanted to be a great magician, and I was determined to learn very difficult manipulation and sleight of hand. And eventually, I became good enough to compete at the World Championships of Magic, and that was in the year 2000.
Where was that?
In Lisbon.
How cool was that?
Oh, it was amazing. So the way the Yo-Yo Ma fits into this is back in Vegas, I don't remember the name of the store, but back when they had CDs, you could go into a used CD store and you could listen to CDs, right?
Listening stations.
Listening stations, yeah. So that's what I would do as a magician in Las Vegas. I would just sit there for, like an hour or two at these listening stations trying to find the perfect music for my manipulation act. And I didn't want it to have words. I didn't want it to be too fast. It has to be nice and slow so people can see what's going on. And I settled on Yo-Yo Ma, and I still use this today.
It works.
It worked. It's incredible.
How many hours of practice does it take to make manipulative magic work?
My gosh.
Countless?
Countless. Because it's a lot of practice, yeah. And some people don't have the talent for it, so they could practice, but it's not going to work out. Yeah, so it's just luck. It's just lucky if you can do it, you know.
It's deception more than anything.
No, I really manipulation. It's more akin to, personally, as an ex-piano player, it's more akin to being a musician, where you have to practice for hours and hours on your own, because this is a very serious art form. So
the thing that, as a viewer seeing something like that, is just the smoothness with which it's done, the effortlessness, and not even knowing what just happened.
Right. So as a woman in magic, I always felt this insecurity, like I had to be better than the average magician. Yeah, so I can say with pride that I very few people can do the manipulation act that I could do with
She's
Billy
moving her fingers around. Now, how did you do in Lisbon in the year 2000?
I didn't place, but I did get accolades from people that I respect.
And what about just that experience? Because you're seeing and you're performing with people who I'm guessing you knew or looked at and were aware of.
It is the cruelest experience for magicians, because I don't know who said this quote, but the death of art is by committee. And so I don't believe it. I don't buy into any competition. I don't believe in it. Mm-hmm. It was prestigious for my young career. I still benefit from having the opportunity, but for gosh sakes, my mentor said, those judges don't even know what they're looking at.
Well, my guess would be that for the true performers, there is, I would hope, some kind of friendship and understanding and camaraderie. There
is at the bar after the competition, but imagine this. There's 150 competitors. This is what it looks like. You're sitting in the auditorium. This person up here is doing the most incredible dove act. I mean, just flawless, amazing. Scarves coming out of nowhere, like the stage littered with like doves and scarves, and the audience is completely silent because we all know how it works. So what's the big deal? And so
an audience of your peers is the worst.
The peers. It was painful. Just these beautiful acts, one after the other, and just people with their arms folded, squinting at the stage. It was terrible. These people that...
They're doing their best. Now, see, if this was their regular performance in front of a regular audience...
It would be incredible.
Be great.
Yeah, and everybody in the audience recognized that as... They knew that
that's
they couldn't
do that. That's A, B,
and
C. I know what that is. That's this and this and this.
Right. It's like it's the armchair athlete, the armchair magician. Mm-hmm. Like, even though that's incredible, even though they know how it's done, they assume that means that they're equal to the person on stage. Not really.
But it was a good experience.
It was a great experience. Yeah.
I'm going to stop talking like that so we can listen to some more music. What's next?
Snake Charmer.
Ooh, baby. There's got to be a story here. Should we save the story? Do we have time for the story, Ginge? We don't have. Okay, well, just going to listen to the music, and we'll hear later why you chose it. Who's doing this?
It's by DJ Punjabi. What the interesting part is it's mixed by my DJ friend in New York, DJ Rika.
Well, shout out. Props.
Indeed.
Maritess is our guest. Playing favorites on KUNV.
Stop the things you do. I ain't lying, lying. I can't stand it. You're running around. I can't stand it when you put me down. And it's a heart attack because
I think we got into the meat of Maritess. We started with the snake charmer, and then we went into I Put a Spell on You, kind of a clever, magical segue there, Maritess.
Oh, thanks.
So the snake charmer was mixed by a pal of yours.
Yeah, DJ Rika. In New
Shout
York.
out.
Yeah, indeed.
In the New York City?
In New York City, she does a Basement Bhangra on Thursday every month.
Well, I hope you got a cut because we just gave her some huge props.
Yeah, I'm going to email this to her.
And then I Put a Spell on You. That I have never heard that song like that. What was that?
Yeah, I was informed that was a belly dancing song.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's and I used that in my show in New York because I'm always experimenting with different music for my manipulation, illusions, all that stuff.
And I'll bet you that goes over pretty dang good.
Yeah, I still use it in my hypnosis show, actually. It's so compelling.
Now, all of this stuff that we're doing, talking dryly about how cool all of this stuff is, our listener can actually tune into your YouTube's channel and check it out, right?
Yeah, it's
Samples?
Maritess Queen of Magic.
Wait a minute. Maritess Queen of Magic?
Or is it just Queen of Magic? I've got to check that.
I'll bet you there's a link off of your website, maritess.com.
Yes.
Okay, so just go to Maritess. That's MARITESS.com. Maritess.com. How cool is that? You make a living doing this stuff.
I do. It's all coming together because because of friends I've known for a very long time. So it's all kind of like.
Now, I don't want to pressure your head here, Maritess, but check this out.
Uh-oh.
What if you were someone else's role model?
Well, yeah, it's already been done. Yes, it is true. It is absolutely true.
I mean, that's got to be about as good as it gets. To know that there are young people saying, I want to be like you.
No, it is very fulfilling. Yeah, I used to teach after school magic classes in Las Vegas, and in New York, and I actually know these kids that are now full-time magicians. So it's a thrill.
That is full circle.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And when you're doing a show, do you, when you're done with the show, disappear and you're done with the audience, or do you interact with people afterwards, or when you do a show in the Maritess show?
I interact with people afterwards, especially for my hypnosis show, because people have questions.
I was going to say, so as much as the show is the show, and that's the coolest part of the show, I'm guessing there's got to be some really cool stuff that happens in the interaction with the folks afterwards.
Oh yeah.
You made my so and so do such and such. I can't believe that she did. How do those kinds of things?
And it becomes very intimate. People ask me if they can help them quit smoking, lose weight, stop drinking.
How does that feel to you?
I feel like it's wonderful. I feel it's wonderful that I could be a part of that turning point in their lives, and I can direct them.
Mm-hmm. In addition to entertaining them, you're helping them.
Yeah, that's why I think hypnosis is so incredible, because as a magician, people will say, I'm going to Google that. Rah, rah, rah. But with hypnosis, sure, look it up online. Knock yourself out. The secrets of hypnosis. What?
We got a giant shrug there, listener. And the giant shrug is turning into, time is running out. We have time for 2 more tunes, Maritess.
Okay, Nate.
What's our second to last tune?
I was lecturing throughout Europe in November.
Wait a minute. So you're a performer and a lecturer.
Yes.
Now you're talking to folks about all of this? What do you lecture on?
I lecture on mostly magic, a little bit of... I perform hypnosis and I lecture on magic. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're doing this. This is amazing. So you're touring Europe lecturing.
Yeah, so I was staying with my friend in Stockholm, Sweden, and he played this song, and I thought it was amazing. And I played this on my little YouTube thing at home many times to remind me how wonderful Stockholm is.
Maritess is our guest. We're playing favorites on KUNV.
vet att ni älskar att sjunga om New Jersey på somrarna, men det verkar som ni får hålla till godo med några låtar från Göteborg i år. Hoppas att det är okej.
Änglarna har åkt på kris, gårdarna är grönsvarta. Och jag fallerar så gärna Göteborg, så gärna. Har ingen plats att kalla hem i detta pissiga våren. Ett förortsgäng kapar en spårvagn i vårkvällen. Provsmakar livets heroin. Om du någonsin vill ha en idiot, lägg din hand i min. Lägg din hand i min. Du kanske aldrig når dit du vill nå, men du når mig. Du kanske aldrig får det du vill få, men du får mig. Änglarna har åkt på pris, gårdarna är grönsvarta. Och i Azalea kan man inte undgå att bli kär. Där går den som svär att allt du gör är gott. Ja, jag är din om du vill ha en idiot. Lägg din hand i min. Lägg din hand i min.
Good night, my love. The tired old moon is descending. Good night, my love. My moment with you now is ending.
have promised to meet us tomorrow. Till then, my love, how dreary the new day will seem. So for the present, dear, we'll have to part. Sleep tight, my love. Good night, my love. Remember that you're mine, sweetheart. Good night, my love. Your little Dutch dolly is yawning. Good night, my love. Your teddy bear called Little D. Your doggy's fast asleep. My, but he's smart. Sleep tight, my love. Good night, my love. God bless you, pleasant dreams,
I've never been to Stockholm, but if that's what it's like, I want to go.
It's great.
And what was that tune?
The first tune was
Yeah.
Valborg
Valborg.
by Håkan Hallström.
Wow. Okay.
And the song we just heard is Good Night, My Love by Sarah Vaughan.
I thought I heard something familiar.
It's a beautiful song.
Well, what a way to end our show, Maritess.
Thanks.
I'm sorry that I didn't get to know you when you lived in Las Vegas because you don't live here anymore.
I don't, but I'll be back more often because I've got some business here. So
You doing some gigs?
I am doing some gigs.
And are they corporate gigs? Are these public gigs?
Yeah, they're all private corporate gigs. Yeah.
Okay. Well, darn those corporate gigs.
Well, because of that reaction, I'll work on getting some public gigs then.
Or maybe I can sneak in and watch one of your corporate gigs.
That's possible.
That is so cool. So home is Seattle, if I understand correctly, these days.
I live in the rainy city. That's right.
Well, welcome back to the desert, Maritess.
Oh, thank you so much. My hands, I need some hand lotion.
Lotion,
reminding me. Yeah.
Well, how cool. It's been really great getting to know you. And would you come back on the show sometime? Because we had some stories we wanted to expand on we didn't have time for today.
I would love that, Nate. Thanks.
Awesome. And good luck with your super secret project here in Las Vegas.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you. Thank you.
As you know, Playing Favorites is produced and engineered by your friend and mine, Ginger Bruner. Thank you, Ginge.
Love you, Ginger.
This is Nathan Tannenbaum inviting you to join us again next week at this same spot on your radio dial when we're Playing Favorites on KUNV.